Hey, you, and welcome to the podcast. So, today I want to talk to the woman who is struggling on her weight loss journey because she's doing all the things and she's not having results. If you are not changing in weight loss, it's because you might not even see this. I see this in a lot of my clients. They put a limit to what they are willing to do and how long they are willing to do those hard things on their weight loss journey. And so my encouragement for you is to assign new limits in order to achieve greater new heights on your weight loss journey. I want to peel this back and unpack it a little bit more. You might not even see that you've assigned a limit, a point to which you're just not willing to go past it. Like you place a limit on your pain tolerance and a limit to your discomfort, right? Like you're willing to be uncomfortable to a point. You're willing to do hard things for a duration of time, but you've kind of created this ceiling. You tolerate doing hard things, but just to a point. As long as I'm not tempted with, as long as my birthday isn't in the time that I'm trying to lose weight, or as long as, 49 days haven't passed and I don't feel like you get what I'm saying. You just have this tolerance, but only to a point. And if you're doing this, you're going to find weight loss to not only be hard, but probably impossible. Because if you keep believing that weight loss is hard, that belief system is going to create all of the behaviors to support that truth that you're believing. And that's the reality that you might find yourself in right now. Like you might be somebody who's already decided to believe, I'm not going to. Well, how do I want to say this? You might have decided to believe, I'm going to fail. I'm going to start this new diet. I'm going to start the Seeker's Method, but I know I'm going to fail, right? Like you have that shadow belief. I'm going to fail. You can decide today, I want you to hear me. You can decide today to remove the limits that you've assigned to your weight loss. So let's find them. What specifically do you believe about weight loss? And is it even true? How can you stop that negative belief system? That's what I want to help you with. I want to help you with stopping that negative belief system. I want to help you to take each wrong thought that feels right to you. I want to show you how to take each thought that you're believing that you have about weight loss that is not serving you, that is not positive, that doesn't reflect Christ in you, and I want you to see it through the lens of the cross. Those things that you're thinking about weight loss, are you believing truth or are you believing your truth? And once you start to pay attention to what is it that I believe? What do I keep noticing that I think on my weight loss journey? When do those things happen? Once you identify what you've been thinking and believing, and you begin to see how those are the things that are influencing your decisions, those are the things that are influencing the outcome that you're producing in your life and your weight loss journey, I want you to know this. I want you to believe that God could use those negative thoughts for your good. He can turn all of the things that you've been thinking that were meant for your harm, and He can help you to see that those things can be used for your good. Like, for example, if you believe that weight loss is too hard, what might you need to believe? Like, what might God want you to see as the truth here? What might God want you to believe about that thought instead? If you believe weight loss is hard, what might you need to believe instead? What if instead of believing that weight loss is too hard, what if you started to believe weight loss must be hard so I can see my need of God's strength? Do you see how that's power? Are your beliefs, the things that you keep thinking over and over, are they serving your future or are they keeping you stuck in your past? Like maybe you're thinking, I'm too weak around temptation and I can't lose weight. I can't stop sabotaging myself. Maybe the thought is, let me just get it down to one. I'm too weak around temptation and I just can't lose weight. What do you need to think instead in order to set your mind on things above and keep it there? And walk by faith. Maybe you need to do a thought swap and believe the thought, when I am weak, then I am strong. There isn't any temptation that I can't overcome. I'm going to partner with God when temptation comes so that He can guide me and show me a way out so that I can endure. Right? Doesn't that feel like that serves you and propels you and pulls you into the future so you can start anticipating success? All right, I'm going to take a really quick commercial break. And after on the other side of this commercial break, I'm going to tell you what you need to do in order to take the limits off of God in your thinking and believing. I'll be right back. Hey, you, really quickly, I want to tell you about all of the new and exciting ways that you might not know about on how you can start working with me, have greater proximity, to be in my space constantly so that you can renew your mind, so you can reframe your thoughts, reframe your belief system, start to step into becoming who you are meant to become. If you've been interested in working with me, at the end of this episode of the podcast, I'm going to have all the details about the Seeker's Method and everything that you need to know about how to start working with me. You can start working with me or working more closely to me just by reading through all of the details in today's show notes. I've got the comeback, I've got the Seeker's Method. You can do the Seeker's Method at your own pace. You can do it with me when it opens up again here soon. You could even work one-on-one with me. You could even just subscribe to Christian Weight Loss Radio. The links to that and so much more, all of my freebies, is in the show notes right now. Okay, back to the podcast. Hey, you. And welcome back. Okay, so before the commercial, I was telling you that I want to help you to just understand what you need to do in order to take all of the limits off of God, to stop limiting Him in your thinking and believing. And what you need to start doing is reframing your belief system. You need to start believing truth versus the truth that you've allowed yourself to believe because of your past. Because this is where our proud obstacles, this is where self-righteousness gets in the way. This is how you get to the point of needing to lose weight, because your thoughts serve your flesh instead of enabling you to walk in your faith. So this is why mind renewal is so important in weight loss. Mind renewal is if you ask me, the most essential missing component of weight loss in the secular realm. And this is why renewing your mind to the Word of God is so transformational. I couldn't lose weight in my unrenewed mind until I started walking out all of the biblical principles that I teach in the Seeker's Method. It is time. Let's partner. Let's start working together and get you going in a new direction where there are absolutely no limits of what you can do through Christ, who is strengthening you, what you're doing through Christ and how He strengthened you to do what you should do so that you can start to step into the fullness of the abundant life that He died to give you. Let's get moving. Start looking through the lens of the cross. Evaluate what you've been thinking perpetually, and therefore the beliefs that are shaping your belief system. You know, I don't know, I'm feeling this little story here. Okay, so this is how I see beliefs right now. Beliefs are just like food. Hang with me, right? Just because some kind of food is edible doesn't mean you should eat it, right? It's the same with your thoughts and your beliefs. Just because you can think a thought doesn't mean you should think it. Just because you can think a thought doesn't mean you need to believe it, right? Just because you can believe a thought doesn't mean you should believe it. That's a bumper sticker. I mean, I want you to think about this. Thoughts can be partially true. I'm reminded of Eve in the garden, right? That doesn't mean that they are true. Do you get that? Food can be edible, but that doesn't mean you should eat it. Just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you should. These are the ways that the world has imposed systems of belief and thought onto you that are keeping you in a stronghold. They're keeping you in a pattern of belief that are keeping you stuck. When you believe a partial truth, you will not experience freedom. I mean, think about it. It's only the truth that sets you free. Partial truths cause you to believe things that keep you behaving in a certain way. If you believe weight loss is hard and you are expecting to fail, you will begin to behave in a way that supports that belief. But if you believe that you're going to be made stronger so that you can lose weight, you will behave differently. Spot the lies. Remove the limits of possibility. It is time to start climbing. It's time to start climbing. It's time to start the climb, I should say, to your new height. It's time for you to become who you are meant to be, even in weight loss. Hey, you, really quickly, you might not know this, but the Seekers Method doors are going to be open. I'm just telling you here right now first, on August the 31st. You can go to my website, sherrycapella.com, and you can enroll in the Seekers Method. You're going to get a free bonus week working with me in the Seekers Method, where I'm going to be sharing something brand new that I've never shared for 7 days completely. I'm going to be kicking off the Seekers Method. We start together on the 9th of September, 2024. But you're going to get a free week, and I'm going to be giving you all new content starting on the 1st of September. So if I were you, I would go to my website, enroll in the Seekers Method. If you are ready for transformation and you are committed and you are deciding and you are ready to become, you're ready to get off of this weight loss hamster wheel, this weight loss treadmill where you just keep doing hard things but getting no results, then I encourage you to enroll at the group coaching level. This is where you get to work most closely to me. This is where, just my ability to jump in and help you, to encourage you, to help you see your spiritual blind spots starts to be the thing that is the catalyst to propel you forward. In the Seekers Method, I don't tell you what to do. I come alongside you and I help you to believe new things, to renew your mind, to stop conforming to old patterns, to anticipate your transformation. I let you borrow my belief as yours becomes stronger and stronger so that you can do what you should in faith, so that you can hope for weight loss, hope for transformation, walk in the fullness of who you are in Christ and start appropriating your faith. If you're ready for this, get in the Seekers Method. You can enroll at the group coaching level and do biweekly Zooms with me and have access to me at a greater way, private, all the things. It's all spelled out in all of the links in the show notes. Or you could even just do the Seekers Method version where you just come in at the light level. You just have the Facebook group and you get the daily content. You get the live Sunday Seeker sessions. It's up to you. God has put me here for this season. I don't know when the season ends, but I'm so excited to help you, to introduce you, to show you what is possible when a believer believes and she behaves in alignment to her belief. All right. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the podcast.